everyone, it is Beth with Flying by the Seed of My Plants, and I am starting my tomato plants. So I am using larger containers because I am planting. Last year I did probably 15 to 20 in one of these, which it has worked for me. It will work for me as long as they start sprouting, and that as soon as they get their second set of leaves, you have to up pot them to individual pots. If you let it go too long, they just suffer. So anyhow, I do a plant sale every year, and I have, I don't know, over 800 tomato plants. So anyhow, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm probably only going to put maybe 10 tomato seeds in each one of these to start. And the reason why I do it this way is because, number one, I start so many. Number two, I only have so many grow lights in my home. So I need that space, and this is the best way for me. And as they start growing, they germinate. They get their true leaves, and that's when I'll pot them, and that's when hopefully the weather's nice enough. I'm in Northeast Ohio where I could do it on my back patio. In previous years, I've been lucky enough to do that when they were ready to up pot. Last year was kind of different, and I think that's why maybe I let them go just a little too long, and they did suffer. So this year, I'm only going to do probably 10 seeds, tomato seeds, in each one of these containers. So right now, I'm just using a regular potting mix. I'm using it from a nearby garden center, Maria Gardens. It's just a potting mix. I've been doing that for years. I used to use a seed starting soil mix, and it's very light and fluffy, but to me it's very expensive for me to do it that way to start so many plants. So I get great results using a potting mix, and that's what I do now on all of my plants, when I start my seeds. So this one's already full, and when you fill it, you want to make sure you get all the air out of it. So, putting so much in there, and I press down and then top it off. And press down a little bit more, and when I put the seeds in there, I will be topping off again. And I'm going to finish filling these up. I pre-moisten all of these, so I'm going to take it over to my sink and do that. I'm going to finish filling these. I'm not going to drag you through that whole thing. And I am going to pre-moisten all of these, and then I'll start with my tomato seeds. Okay, I'm going to go through the tomatoes. I was recording it, but this camera, it keeps going out on me, so I'm going to do this fairly quickly. These are going to be new in my plant sale. They're not new. It's not a new variety. It's just new for my plant sale. So if you're from the area and you come to the plant sale, if you want to start making a list, your shopping list of what you'd like, Hungarian Heart, and vintage wine. I did struggle a little with this last year, and I think some other people that did purchase this from me also. But it is it's fairly new variety to the scene. It was from the 1980s. Vintage wine tomato is a brandy wine variety. Sweet and mild in taste, making it good all-purpose variety. So I am going to try this again this year. If you're watching and you did try it last year and give your feedback on how they did for you. The other new one for the plant sale this year is the Berkeley Tie-Dye Pink. And these are 8 to 12 ounce beefsteak with metallic green stripes, sweet, rich, dark tomato flavor. Black from Tula. This is a new variety for me in the plant sale. 8 to 12 ounce dark tomato exhibiting a rich, deep purplish brown. Some seed savers say it's the best tasting of all the dark tomatoes. Very rich, old-fashioned flavor, sweet and spicy. A rare Russian heirloom. So that's going to be in there. Old German. These massive bicolor tomatoes produce jaw-dropping 2-pound tomatoes, larger than salad plates in diameter. Flavor is more tomatoey than other varieties of the same color. This means a tiny bit more acidic content. Mushroom basket. This is new to the plant sale. Heavily ribbed appearance and vibrant pink-red color. It's a large beefsteak type tomato, can weigh up to 1 pound, making it perfect for slicing and adding to salads or sandwiches. The flavor is rich and sweet with a meaty texture that's ideal for fresh eating or cooking. This has been requested at the plant sale, so I went ahead and got that. Orange Jazz, I did plant that last year in my garden. It was absolutely delicious. I did have this in the plant sale, so if anybody has tried that, let me know. I thought it was delicious. Very meaty, fruity and juicy with a crisp texture and complex flavor. The Abe Lincoln was in the sale last year. This was cultivated in the 1920s by a farmer from Abe's home state of Illinois. And so that's Abe Lincoln. Ananas Noor is always a favorite at my plant sale. Paul Robeson is another good seller at my plant sale, one of my favorites. The other pineapple, I've had that for a couple years now in my plant sale. Beautiful, delicious tomato. Cherokee Purple, another good seller. And I'm doing, these seeds are from 2025, so I have some in there. I'm going to go ahead and do delicious in there. Dr. Wychie for the yellow, besides the pineapple. Because the pineapple is more like a yellow with pink marbling through it. Absolutely beautiful. This is brand new to me. Chocolate Miracle. So I'm going to start on these first because this is from Baker's Creek. They said a minimum of 10 seeds. So they're pretty generous on their seeds. So let's see how many they actually put in here. And I usually get my seeds from M.I. Gardener or Baker's Creek. Yep, that's all of them. Let's see how many they put in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, that makes me happy. And then I have the other one, so hopefully pretty much the same in there. Because hopefully people will want to try this. I know I definitely do. Chocolate Miracle. So, all right, so I pre-moisten these. I push down on the soil to get most of the air out of it. Okay, the camera went out again. Okay, so anyhow, I opened the second package of the Chocolate Miracle. So let me get those in before the camera does its own thing again. I think it might be time for me to get a new camera. Or actually, I should just go to my phone and just start using that. So right now I'm just doing 9 in each one. This one will only have 5. So I'm going to do each corner and one in the middle. Okay, so that was a chocolate miracle. Got my little markers. And I'm going to have to do another one because I used 4 of these containers. Okay, chocolate miracle. Now I am going to top these off with soil. In fact, I'll do that right now so you can see. And then I'm going to wet the top as well. So I just kind of wanted to go over the basics of starting tomato seeds. You know, I'm doing a yard or plant sale, so that's why I start so many like this. And I'm not going to put too much on top because you want the seed to be able to poke through when it starts germinating without a struggle. Okay. And that is the chocolate miracle. And of course, you know, when I get done with all of this, I am going to wet the top, and then these will go under the grow light. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and then I will probably need a couple more of these going. And I didn't even go over my cherry tomatoes with you, so I'll be back when I'm done with these, and I will go over my cherry tomatoes. Hi everyone. Okay, so I left off when I was seeding my tomatoes. So I was showing you how I did that, and I was going to come back and show you more when it was done, but that was on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so I'm coming back to the video now. But in the meantime, I've already got a bunch of those tomato plants that have germinated, and they're coming up. That was the video that I was showing you, which was on Friday of last week. So today, it's Wednesday. I think it's the 25th. I believe it's March 25th. So anyhow, so here is what I was planting. So you could see most of them have popped up. I still have one Ananas Noor batch that has to come up, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23 Ananas Noors that have popped up. So, but right now, I mean, they're not overcrowded. I didn't do as much as I did last year into one container. On the average, it's about 9. So, yeah, they are all popping up. So, I don't know, what, that was Friday. So, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days, but they started popping up a few days ago. And here's the other tray, and I still have some more. And I got to give these guys a watering. But I wanted to show you that. So 4 or 5 days, we got baby tomato plants. And I will be separating these and up-potting each and every one of these separately. I think it was last year or the year before, somebody asked why I would put so many seeds in one container and if I was just going to do one and throw the rest out. No. Last year, I don't know, I had close to 1,000 plants, and for the space I have in my house, this is the easiest way for me to fit them all under my grow lights. And then I up-pot them, and about that time is when I start opening the greenhouse, and then usually the peppers go out there, which I'll show you all my peppers. Let me go ahead and put these back. Okay, so those were some of the tomatoes. There was still like 2.5 more trays of tomatoes that I have. And I won't up-pot those, separate those until they start getting their true leaves. And the same with the peppers. So I'll show you the peppers. And have the date on there, but I can't find the one with the date on there. But anyhow, here's all the peppers. So these are all of my hot peppers. I have the jalapenos, different ones, but they're doing great. And some are starting to get their second true leaves. So I'll probably be uppotting these either, I don't know if I'll be doing it this week. And it depends on how much growth they do in the next few days. So, I mean, I might start like Sunday, start uppotting. We'll see. And then here's another tray. And you really have to be patient. Now, the Sugar Rush Peach, I didn't have anything for a while. Craig's Grande, almost all of it's germinated at this point now. I only had like a couple. And the Sugar Rush Peach, I was worried about because it was an older seed packet, but so far I see 5. And I would be shocked. I mean, I was really surprised when I got the one, like just at least one. The jalapenos, Hungarian yellow, they're all popping up. And so the other is I did the lavender, and these are slowly starting to, oh, there's a big red bell pepper over here. Okay. And then I got lavender. I just bottom watered this. So anyhow, I have a little bit of germination going on with the lavender. And the lavender needs that cold stratification, so I did put it in the refrigerator for a couple months. And then, you know, put them in these cells. So I do have a little bit of germination going on. I hope I get a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. Hang on a sec. Be right back. Okay, and I kept trying to do a video and things kept happening. I uppotted all of my petunias and also my stepdad's. In fact, I took 2 trays over to his house because I ran out of room under my grow lights. And he had a shop light. Everything germinated. They were looking beautiful. So I took 2 trays over to his place. And he's babysitting those plants. And then I have the, which I have to uppot these because they're starting to yellow. So I definitely got to do that. This is my salvia, Blue Monday sage salvia. And then this one here is salvia Serious Blue. So they're looking beautiful. Have to uppot those. And then broadleaf sage. I only got 3 of those that germinated. Well, actually 4. And then here, I think this is one of the salvia seeds that got in where my rosemary was supposed to go, but they were definitely dated seeds. And I only got 1 rosemary that germinated. So I got to put this. I'm running out of room. Anyhow, I got to put those under the grow light. And the other thing I want to share really quick is, I don't know if anybody kept up with the video when I did the winter sowing of the milkweed. So here's the common milkweed. And I started them in a tin like this, and I put holes in the bottom, and then I had this lid and poked a bunch of holes in that and put it out there. I started these in January, around the beginning of January, and we have been having ups and down in temperature here in Northeast Ohio. And you know, when you winter sow, they're going to pop up when they're ready. So anyhow, and I'm going to have to uppot these. But there's some nice germination going on there with the milkweed. That makes me very happy. And I got several trays out there. So far 2 have done the germination. And, you know, the one day it was 70 degrees here and I took off the plastic lids off of all of them, left it off, and the very next day it dropped down and we actually had some snow. Typical for Ohio. It's like, you know, you're dressing in shorts one day and the next day you're putting on your winter coat again. I didn't put the tops back on, and these had germinated, but they're frost hardy, so it didn't hurt them at all. I was so happy because I really worried that after all that I would have killed them, but nope, they're doing good. They're still look great. I will have to up pot these. Trying to think anything else. So I believe I showed you how I start my peppers. I believe I did a video on that. I'm not sure. I've done so many videos that I never completed because something always came up and I had to stop, and then that's the way it goes. Anyhow, I just wanted to catch up on what has germinated, and the tomatoes, just finishing off the video. The beginning of this video is showing you me putting my seeds in, and I'm really excited about this plant sale this year because of the different varieties that I have, a lot of new ones. And I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to have the plant sale, but I will announce it when it gets closer and I can see like the 10-day forecast. And I think Mother's Day is kind of early, well, mid-May. So, and then the Memorial Day is actually like a week before the beginning of June. So Memorial Day is early this year. So I have a feeling my plant sale is going to be Memorial Day weekend. Possibly the weekend before, but I don't know. I'd have to see how the weather is. But anyhow, so wanted to catch you up with that. And I had a couple vendor shows I had to do. And my camera keeps going out on me. I'm not sure where I left off on that one. But anyhow, it's just been really busy getting ready for the plant sale and getting the seeds started. And I also do crafting, and I do vendor shows or whatever, you know, where you sell your stuff. This is a custom one that somebody wanted me to make, but these are, you know, flower pots. So this person likes a lot of pink, so I was working on that one. And then I also did this one. She hasn't seen these yet, so I really hope she likes them. But I might have some pots at my plant sale too. So if you're in the area and you come to the sale, anyhow. And another thing I'll be doing this year, I'll be starting peaches and cream corn. I got my onions in, which I got from Dixondale, so I put that in. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say real quick is I talked to that one guy in one of the videos. I had mentioned that a Floridian, well, he used to live in Florida, and then he was at one of the vendor shows, and he had told me that they would put their garlic, seed garlic, in the freezer and then plant their garlic because of the way that their weather is, and it has to go through a cold stratification. So anyhow, I did that, and I'm going to say 3/4 of the garlic rotted. I mean, just really, nothing's going to happen with it. So I'm going to see if I could find more seed garlic just for I just want to see if it works, but I'm not putting it in the freezer. When I looked it up, it said to put it in the refrigerator for a couple weeks. So I am going to try that. And if you want to hang out and find out the outcome of that, I'm not telling anybody to do that because I don't know if it's going to work unless you want to try the experiment yourself. But do not put it in the freezer. The freezer does not work. The refrigerator, when I researched it more, people said that you could put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to try that. And it said up to 2 months. So I am going to try that. And I'll bring it back when I start doing different things. When I up pot, that's when I start adding fertilizer. And I'll show you where I get my supplies from. And Mega Greenhouse is the one place. And I had I still had like a box and a half in containers. And I did order another one of what I pot into. They're 3.5 inch deep containers, and their shipping really went up this year. So I'm still waiting for that, actually. I'm still waiting for that shipment to come in. Okay, so, and then I got to go to the nearby greenhouse, Maria Gardens. That's where I get my the potting mix that I'm going to up-pot everything into. And so we're getting closer to planting outside. And the greenhouse is open. I put my snapdragons out there, and my onions. So, all right, I guess that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you guys have any questions or comments or different things on how you do things, go ahead, leave a comment. If you like the video, hit the like button. And I guess I will talk to you on the next one. All right, thanks so much for joining me. All right, bye.